Hi everybody, welcome back to 100% Mags. So this is your match preview for the game against Sheffield United tomorrow night down at Bramall Lane, and of course we're going to talk about Sheffield United first going into this game. Now of course Chris Wilder has got his side going really well in the league at the moment. They currently sit 8th in the Premier League, 14 games played, and they've got 19 points out of a possible 43, I think it is. Correct us if I'm wrong down in the comments below. But you know, that's a pretty impressive feat for a manager, you know, that I deemed myself not very qualified for the Premier League. You know, I thought Sheffield United would be down in the bottom rung, you know, in the relegation zone, just like Norwich are. And, you know, Aston Villa are pretty close to that as well. Both teams who came up with Sheffield United, but Chris Wilder has done an impressive job, in my opinion, you know, with what he's got on hand. He's not got the best of players, you know, when you look at a Premier League standard. They're not the best, but with what he's done with them, you know, you've got to applaud him for that, because he's put in a really good job there at Bramall Lane, and you know, that's something we're going to have to watch out for tomorrow night when we go into the game against Sheffield United. You know, we're going to have to not underestimate them, because like many teams have done already this season, there's quite a few teams, for in fact, that have underestimated them. They've managed to pick up 4 wins and 7 draws, you know, so that is a really good figure, you know, for a team just coming up out of the Championship. Now, if we look at some of the teams that they've beaten this season so far, they have so far had a great run. At the moment, they've had a 1-1 against Wolves on Sunday. They won 3 times, once against Palace, which was a 1-0. They won against Arsenal 1-0. They won against Burnley as well, 3-0. They also picked up another win away from home. That was just the home form. Drawn once as well at home against Man United 3-3, and then of course losing 3 times, 2-1 loss to Leicester, a 1-0 loss to Southampton, and of course a 1-0 loss to Liverpool, who currently sit top of the Premier League unbeaten. Now, you know, us going into this game, we're going to have to be on toes, you know, going into this one, because I wouldn't underestimate Sheffield United by any means. You know, the really good club, as proven by the way they've been performing this season. Chris Wilder as well is starting to prove, you know, that he's quite qualified in the Premier League, at least for a mid to relegation battling team. You know, so he's probably on the par with an Eddie Howe, you know, at Bournemouth, or a Sean Dyche at Burnley, in my opinion. But, you know, we're no joke. At the moment, we're playing really well, playing very good football under Steve Bruce at the moment. Of course, us picking up a 2-2 draw against the defending champions Manchester City, you know, at St James's, and that was an impressive game. I've got to say, it was a very impressive game, considering the way we played against Aston Villa before that game. You know, we looked like a completely different side in the game against Man City. You know, we put in a much better performance. We proved, you know, that with a little bit of tactical knowledge, you know, and a little bit more time to prepare yourself, you know, we can be a team to be reckoned with. Now, looking at the players going into this game, of course, Jamal Lascelles and Matt Ritchie are going to be remaining sidelined, as they are out until 2020. So they won't be back until about January, maybe February of next year. And then, of course, Andy Carroll is also unavailable as well, which is a little bit of a saddener, to be honest, because it would be nice to see Andy Carroll get back into the team a bit more. You know, he was playing very well in the team when he was getting his chances off the bench, and with the way Joe Linton played in the game against Villa, you know, we could do with a big guy like Andy Carroll sitting on the bench to be brought on, or even just brought into the team for Joe Linton. News of DeAndre Edlin's fitness as well. He was in training on Tuesday. There was photos included with him in the training sessions, so he might be available for tomorrow night's game. Of course, 7:30 kickoff down at Bramall Lane. Now, looking at the ref going into this one, the referee is going to be none other than Stuart Atwell. Of course, he's from Warwickshire. It's his third game of the season so far in charge of us, and they've all been away from home. And again, this one's going to be no different. It's going to once again be another away fixture, and Stuart Atwell is going to be the man in the middle. Of course, looking on VAR for us in this one is going to be once again Andre Mariner. Now, I do believe Andre Mariner was the man on VAR for the last game against Man City as well, which, you know, is a little bit of a dodgy call in my opinion, especially when there was a shout for a penalty for Alan St. Maxim in that game and we didn't get it. You know, which could have possibly helped us win that game against Man City. But let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, remember to like, share, subscribe to 100% Mags, and I'll see you all next time. However, lads.